Hey everybody, welcome to Bestie Book Reviews. I'm here with my bestie Mandy.
And I am here with my bestie, Jessica.
So it's time for one of my favorite tropes.
Brother's best friend.
No! Captor, captive. Club her over the head and just take her if you want her. In some books, literally.
Brother's best friend video.
Haha, very funny. No, it has been a year since we've done this.
Yeah.
So it was time. And I was like, I don't know that I read that many captives last year. No, I did.
Oh, I did too. I had to narrow mine down. I was a little surprised. I could actually do this video again and maybe again.
Too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
There would be some repeat authors though if I had to do that, but
yeah. So before we get started talking about all of this and how cold you are, what do we need to talk about? We've got some housekeeping, I'm sure.
Okay, we have a few things. So thank you for being here. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, like, comment, and hype the video. We really appreciate that. So as for the nitty-gritty housekeeping stuff, we have our 26 books of 2026 giveaway going on right now. It does end on February 28th, and Jessica will tell you what that is.
So Coveted cover and Bestie Book Reviews, not like we're part of the same whole, but anyhow, have decided to team up to give away a copy of Pam Godwin's Frozen Fate Trilogy to one lucky subscriber. And so all you need to do is go into Coveted Cover Unbox. That is the Facebook group for Coveted Cover. It's where we do and show things a little early and play games and just have fun in there. But there is a thread in there from Mandy and I, where all you need to do is go in there and show that you are a subscriber to our channel, and then you will be entered in to win that box. So that will be out in May. That's when we will ship it.
Okay. And then we have one other thing. So book club in June is going to be, I don't want to say it wrong and now I can't find the link. Shadows of Sparta, which I don't know why I was struggling with that. And that's by C.R. Jane. And she has a book club kit that we can get. And so we decided at our last book club, we brought it up and talked about it, and people seemed excited about it. We've already had a few of you sign up, so awesome. This is totally optional. You are welcome to always come to book club without doing this, but for those who want to, if you want to pre-order the paperback, or if you're in the UK, I think you can pre-order the hardback as well. Then you fill out the Google form and upload your receipt from that, and then we'll submit that, and CR Jane is going to send us a book club kit. Those of you who fill out the form will get some of the goodies from it. The Google form has a lot more information because there's quite a bit of mumbo jumbo, I guess you could say, or whatever. So if you're interested, check out the Google form. But again, I just really want to stress that book club is always free. Like, you don't have to buy the book to come. This is just for people who want to do the extras, and we thought that would be fun. CR Jane also has her own pre-order incentive, so if you're interested in it, go check out her website or her Instagram for more information on her other pre-order incentives. Okay.
Wow.
We are excited.
All right, well, for my first rec, I have one of the queens of Captor Captive, because she does this in quite a few of her books, and that is Natasha Knight, and this is her latest release that came out last year. This is The Villain. It is book 1 in her War of Hearts duet. There is audio. Why won't my fingers work? There is audio for these books now, but this is about Allegra and Cassian. So Allegra's brother betrays Cassian. Obviously, these are mafia, but it also takes place in our IVI world, which is their secret society world. So I guess it's kind of mafia adjacent. But Cassian takes Allegra as collateral, and her brother has about, I think it was like a couple weeks in order to pay back about $4 million that he owes to Cassian, or he's going to hurt Allegra. But he soon and quickly finds out that things at home for Allegra are not as great as he thought that they were. He starts to notice things like part of her pinky's missing, and she's got scars on her body, and some other things happen. Someone hurt her, and maybe now he's just going to keep her and then seek some revenge. Okay, what is your first book?
That's a great question.
Okay,
Are you ready? Because I'm
been ready.
not. Oh my gosh. I'm not remembering. I don't remember any of my books. Okay. Okay, my first one is going to be Savage Revenge by Kate Oliver. This is signed by the cover model, by the way, but he signed inside. And then Jessica went after me and had her book signed on the cover, which maybe would have been a good idea, but oh
Yep.
well. Okay, so in Savage Revenge, this starts off the Savage series. So this is Jordan and Cash's story. Cash's dad has been killed in Vegas. They own a lot of casinos. It's like very mafia-ish. And Cash believes that Jordan's dad is the one who put the hit on their dad. And so he captures Jordan and takes her to his house and refuses to let her leave while he tries to figure out what's going on and uses her as leverage and wants to try and get information out of her. The thing is while he's keeping her hostage, he's giving her a really nice life. She can go and sit down by the pool. The maid will bring her cocktails. Like it is quite the nice life. Like it is not a dungeon captive captor situation. It is. She is very much treated very well here, so well that he starts to fall for her and she starts to fall for him. This is Kate Oliver, so there is a lot of different kinks and stuff like that in here, which I ate up. I love this so much. He's definitely a morally gray character. And also, Kate notes that she uses the word fuck over 400 times in this book, but she does not apologize for it. And as somebody who loved this book, I can tell you I did not feel like that word was overused. So good for Captor Captive.
Okay.
So if you like it where the captor, like the hero isn't like he is not happy with her, obviously, because he thinks her dad is the one, but he is not torturing her. And sometimes they don't like it when it gets like the bully aspect.
Oh, I love it. Okay,
But you
but
don't
that's
like
not what I'm
bully
next.
romance.
Well, because a lot of bully romance is set in high school. It's not that I don't like bully. I do like it. I just don't like bully romance in high school or college. It just makes no sense. You know?
I'm gonna start bullying you and then see how you like it.
You already do.
Really?
Yeah, telling everybody how old I am and telling them that I'm older than I am. That is bullying. Okay, you ready for my next book?
I don't think that actually meets the definition of a bully.
Hey, it does in my world. And I'm the one being bullied. So,
But you're older than me, so that really puts the power in your court, which
okay,
makes it
wait a
harder for
minute.
me to be the
You're a
bully.
teacher. So if two of your students came to you and one is a few months younger than the other and that was the case, no, that doesn't fly. No, it doesn't.
If one of them was saying that they were being bullied because they were older,
That
I
wouldn't
mean,
happen in
this
third
is a
grade.
weak case, Jessica.
Shush. Okay, we're going to talk about my next book. And that is Branded by Saffron A. Kent. This is a prison pen pal kind of romance. So this is about Peyton, who writes to this inmate for a paper for college. And he warns her off at first. And he's like, you really shouldn't be writing to inmates, Peyton. Like, what are you doing? And basically she's like, yeah, I'm doing this for school. And then it turns into like this pen pal situation. And then he gets out of prison. Now, she does use her roommate's name when she writes to him instead of her actual name. And so he gets out of prison and she goes to meet up with him at a coffee shop. Their first meeting, he basically, again, warns her off and is like, you really shouldn't be here. This shouldn't be happening. Go on your merry way and go live your happy little life. And of course, she's obsessed and in love at this point. So she goes after him a second time. Now, the second time she sees him, he decides, well, you're here now, and I warned you. So he kidnaps her and keeps her as his captive, and nobody's telling the truth about anything, and there's all these secrets. He's a cowboy, too. Of
Of course he is.
course he is.
All right. My next Captor Captive is Make Me by Summer O'Toole. And this is the start of the Fox Family Syndicate series. So we have Harlow and Cash, and Harlow's best friend is murdered in front of her. She believes there were some clues, like a tattoo and things that she saw. And so she is frustrated that the police are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. In her mind, they're like not figuring out who killed her best friend. So she decides to start investigating and believes that Cash is the one that is the murderer. And she also believes he's like not just like he's a serial killer. So she is stalking him and trying to figure out what's going on. He ends up taking her, kind of for her own good in a roundabout way. And they end up kind of falling for each other, but it's not exactly the most healthiest relationship, if you know what I mean. And I can't transfer myself back. It is not
It's
working.
been a problem for me all day.
There we go.
Sticking fingers won't work. Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
also, he's Irish.
Well, I mean, honestly, I
Yeah.
wouldn't be running away. Take me, I'm ready. That's what it would be like. Mhm. Okay. Just leave me in a library. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Okay. So the next book I have is the latest by Cora Riley. And I'm going to call this one a little bit on the Captor Captive light because it just kind of glosses over it a little bit. But she is held captive. And that is The Mafia and His Broken Princess. Or sorry, The Madman and His Broken Princess by Cora Riley. This one is about Nestori and Amelia. So they meet on Nestori's 16th birthday, and he's about to be inducted into the mafia. This kind of takes place before the Kimura Chronicles, and then like it fits between books 1 and 2 of the Kimura Chronicles as they get older. So this is before the Kimura Chronicles. So Remo's father is involved. So this is a part of the Kimura. And so this party is happening for Nestori's birthday, and Amelia comes with her father, and he kind of sees her and protects her that night because he knows that there's some men that are there that are not very great, and he's like attracted. Not that he's attracted, she's a few years younger than him, but like he sees her eyes and he knows that she's innocent and she doesn't belong in this world, and so he kind of protects her. Well, her father betrays his father, and it is a bloodbath on his birthday, and he is taken captive and held for 3 years in the basement in the dungeons. And at one point she gets in trouble and gets thrown into the basement with him, and it is like a whole thing. Finally they're released when Remo comes into power, and she's looking for that sweet boy. Like she knows he's still there, but he's got a lot of he's just dealt with a lot. He's got a lot of trauma. And so he's become this madman, this person who is out for blood and vengeance. And she is not loving it, although she has promised him that she will never leave him. But she does, because she just can't handle the ghosts that are in this house that he can insist that they have to live in. And she's, can't handle seeing him go down this path. And then we fast forward a few years later when he finally finds her and he drags her back to the house kicking and screaming. And that is what it is.
When you said that it was Captor Captive Light, I would like to point out that it is a fairly dark book.
Oh yeah, it's a very dark book, but I mean, like, they're held as captives. Yeah, I know. They're held, just so everybody else knows, they're held as captives by a bad guy in the beginning. So there is that captive there, even though that's not him and her. But when he drags her back, she does love him. She doesn't fight it a lot, but she is held captive in that home by him.
Yes.
So it's
I just don't want people
crazy.
to think like it's not very dark, that it was like
light
on the captive side, because it is pretty dark.
It is, especially for Cora. It's dark. So, yes.
All right. My next one is called The Blood Debt by Clarissa Wilde, and it is part of the Debts and Vengeance series. This is the bind up of, I think there's 3 books. You can read this by itself, but you might enjoy it more if you've read the prequel and the first book. So in this one, we have Liam. We see him in the first book. He has lost his memory from the accident. He's been living on his own, away from everybody. They actually thought he was dead. And so he's been living on his own. And Jasmine goes to try and find him because she was supposed to be being groomed to take over everything. And there's a lot of like other mafia stuff happening in this book. And then she goes to find him, and he doesn't remember anything about himself, but he remembers this like all consuming like obsession need for Jasmine. And so when he sees her, he is uh like those memories, I guess, are triggered, but other stuff doesn't still come back. So he decides that he is going to keep her, and she does not have a choice in that. And he's pretty angry and resentful guy at this point in time. So I don't want to give anything away because that part of the story is almost like an underlying part of like everything else that is happening in this book. So it's a great series. It's a fairly big one in the bind up. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Oh, this thing is not easier. I'm sorry. I
I
don't
don't
care.
know
It's
why
just
it's
not
being
easier.
difficult today.
I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Well, the next one I have is very dark. But it's still good.
Is it Brother's Best Friend?
No. No, but it is a retelling. It is Skin by Sybil Knight. This is the first book in her Renegades series. It is a retelling of Rumpelstiltskin. So in this book, our heroine, who is Emily, wakes up chained to a bed with no memory of how she got there or what is going on. Like she has no memory. And she sees a guy who comes in with his face. I think he's wearing a mask when he originally comes in, but he does have a lot of scarring on his face. And that is Cohen. And basically, Cohen tells her that she will be dead within 5 days unless she can tell him who he is. And that's all I'm going to tell
you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My next book that I'm going to talk about is called Mine by Amanda McKenney. This does have audio. So for those audio lovers, I think Debts and Vengeance does as well. So this is about Aster. Aster's wife is taken from him. And there's something kind of mysterious about this, and we don't quite know what it is, but it gets pieced together for us as we read it. So his wife has been taken. He goes to try and get her back, and he ends up taking Sabine, who is the guy who took his wife's daughter. She is an adult daughter. He takes her as leverage and holds her. Sabine is not happy about this at all. There is a lot of red flags on why Aster would not be a good person for her because he literally drug her back to his house and is refusing to let her go. But again, much like Cash, he is not being super mean to her. He's taking care of her to some degree. He will kill someone who even looks at her. And he's just very unhinged. There's a whole bunch of mafia stuff going on because he is now fairly interested in Sabine, but remember, he has a wife that he originally went to go get. So I'll leave it at that. There's a lot of stuff going on in this one.
Okay.
It's very good.
Okay. Well, my next one is another dark, twisted book. So this is a Bryn Ford book, and this is called Sugarwood. And ironically, this is a retelling as well. So this is a Hansel and Gretel retelling. It is an MMF, but it is about Glory, who is our heroine, and she has finally snapped. Her stepfather has been, or is her father, I think, I'm not even sure if it's stepfather, but her father has been abusing her for years. Her brother is off at college, and one night she snaps and she kills her father. And her brother comes home from college that night to find her trying to get rid of the body. And so they decide to take it into the woods and bury him. And that is what they do. But when they're in the woods, they get turned around. Now, she is the heiress to a candy fortune. Her dad owns this factory in town. And that is where all their money comes from. But they stumble upon a cabin in the woods. And that is where we meet our other hero, which is Ambrose. And so Ambrose ends up taking Glory and her brother Huxley captive. And you know, there's so much more to it than that. So it's very taboo true.
Okay.
Okay.
That should have been your last one.
That was my last one.
Okay, good. Because you were like my next one and you didn't say last one. So then I was like, wait, I think this
No,
is
I
my
meant,
last
yeah.
one. So I just wanted to clarify, make
Yeah.
sure that I'm didn't lose a flag somewhere.
Okay.
Okay, so my next one is probably out of all these recommendations the lightest on the Captor Captive. And this is Wildflowers by Kylie Scott. It is post-apocalyptic, but we start off with the world kind of like going into chaos. So we have Dean, who there's this virus going around. It's breaking like across the globe, and about like 99% of the people are getting it. So very small percentage of the world's population is going to survive this. And Dean knows about this. He has some connections, so he knows that this is getting very serious and that you should not be around other people and you really, really need to protect yourselves. So he knows about what's going to go down. He sees Astrid, they're across the way neighbors, and he decides I don't think they've ever really talked much. And one day he sees her walking and he's like, she should not be out. This is dangerous. He goes over, talks to her, and kidnaps her, takes her, and literally puts her in a cage in his basement. I know that sounds pretty bad, but he's really doing it for her own good because he wants to protect her. And so once he kind of has her convinced, they go on the run. And she willingly goes with him at this point because everyone is dying. And I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great read. I love the post-apocalyptic survival aspects of it. But it does start out as a captor-captive situation.
But it's for
And
her
I
own
know
good.
as I'm talking about it, it sounds pretty bad because he puts her in a cage in his basement, but it is very light on that.
Yeah, I read it too, and it's just not. He's doing it for her own good to keep her alive, and she realizes that really early on.
We would also like to point out that this would never be okay in real life. Like there is no like captor-captive situation where it's for your own good.
We might joke about it, but no.
Romance is fiction.
Yes.
Or romance books are, I guess.
I mean, but I'm not going to fight a prince that wants to put me up in a castle with a library and lock me in there with servants and food.
So if a prince showed up at your door right now and was like, I'm taking you, I'm locking you in this castle, here are your books and food, you would be fine with that?
I would miss my husband quite a bit, but I need a vacation.
And not me. Wow.
Oh, no, he can't
Wow.
take me without taking you. Although if you're in the same room with me, I'm not getting much reading done.
Yeah, because you're a jabberjaws. And you
I'm
don't
not the problem.
stop talking.
Nope. Okay.
All the people who have met us at these events do not believe you.
I know, that's
They're
the
like,
sad
Jessica
thing.
is the one that
That
never
is
stops
the sad
talking.
thing. But that I'm not the problem. We're together. You know, it's shocking.
Really?
Okay, quit
You had
trying.
something to say to me like every 5 minutes on the plane.
That is so not true.
Yes.
I just wanted to watch my movie.
You would cough and I would be like, are you getting sick? And then you would yell
Yes,
at me.
on the plane. Like, I have been over this cold for a while, but I have a residual cough. And you would, like, I swear, I was waiting for everybody to be like, oh my gosh, she's making us sick. Because me and every time I cough, are you getting sick? That loud. And I would be like, oh my God. Like, you knew what you were doing. I was waiting for them to be like, we're diverting to a different airport to drop off the sick lady.
Here's your parachute. Good thing you're in the exit row.
Don't forget to pull. Yeah, no. Okay, let's wrap this up.
Yes. So
Yeah.
make sure you check back on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and a lot of times Wednesdays for new videos from us.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.